Okay, this is video 6 of 12 videos, and over various Tai Chi postures, using Chang Tai Chi as the example. So we're going to do today, we're going to play the Pipa, and we're going to look at it. So again, I've said this in each of these videos. I'm not trying to say this is the only way to do this, the way that your system of Tai Chi, even if it's Chang Tai Chi, it may be totally different, your viewpoint on how these postures work, how they go together. Any of the other popular systems, Yang, Chen, Wu, Sun, the way that you do the moves may be different. I like to look at all of them. You know, so what do these people do and how does this work? And so I try not to be too judgy about things like that, but explore and see. And so each of these systems has something unique about it, a way that their flavor as it relates to Tai Chi. And Chang Tai Chi is no different. So we emphasize leg skills. So we're going to look at what the posture does, just like in the other ones. But we're going to see this as a lock, as a strike, and with a tripping action. So play the Pipa, right? There's varying ways to do this, the way that people apply it, some hands, different positions, the way that the hand looks, etc. Not really getting into that. These are just simple, just showing a fundamental idea of what some of these movements can do. So if we look at play the Pipa, we're going to look at it first as just a control or a control lock, right? So the punch comes and I seize his arm, right? Or I seize his arm and I turn it into a lock, right? I push into the joint, I draw back on the wrist. And then from here I can use the person. If we see it as, we'll say as a strike, right? So I'm going to use my foot as a strike. I'm going to draw into the arm. So when it comes this way, right? Again. Right? Okay. I could kick him in the shin, which is painful, or the knee, or push him in his hip, or even bring it up into his torso, right? And here, there's no reason why I can't. It's a functional movement. And then we'll say like tripping the person, right? I'm going to use this same piece, and just like I did with the strike, but now I'm going to strike with the foot to impede this leg, or kind of move it, right? So I kick it, and then I pull it out, and I'm going to force him down into the void, right? So let's look at some of these. So there's controlling this arm. I'm either going to push him into a diagonal, I'm going to draw him back, or I'm going to send him away. What I mean by that is, I get this arm. If he's standing this way. He has more stability this way. If I push him this way, he'll fall into the position. He doesn't have so much to stabilize himself. So if you notice it, I'm going to move it this way. And when I do, I'm going to kind of, in a sense, lock his joint, and he's going to fall into that position. I'm not trying to smash Jonathan into the mats or anything like that. We're not looking at this in that way today. We're just looking at the basic idea, right? So it comes, I get it, and I force it down into this void, right, into this diagonal. Say I get the arm, and I get a hold of it, but he wants to keep committing to go forward. So as he does, I'm going to take a little bit of a step back, and I'm going to draw him down, right? So it comes, and okay. So say he comes at me with the arm, there's a strike, he's trying to grab a hold of me, what have you. But as I get a hold of his arm, he tries to draw himself away, right? So I got this here, he starts to draw. I'm just going to use it to my advantage, right? My foot's already up. I mean, if I wanted to from here, I could just force the leg down and drive him out, right? So move here, move him away. With the trip, right? He's going to fall either in that same diagonal, right? So as I kick the leg out, I guide him into that angle, right? So I'm here, and he tried to get me with a hand in whatever way. I go to restrain, and I'm going to take this leg from him, right? Really see he's helping me with the throws today. If I was that good, I could deal with big people. So again, I'm here, and I get the arm. I'm going to trip this leg. I'm going to kick it out, and he's going to fall in that void, right? So if we look at it one more time, so I'm controlling the arm, but I'm either going to go that way, or that way, depending on how he responds, right? So say I'm here, and I get a hold of this, and he wants to kind of push in on me a little, and I'm just going to use that to guide him. You think of it like I turn this into a lever, right? Whether it's back, forward, push to the side with it. I don't have to, yes, if he was a lot bigger than me, it would be hard for me to manipulate him like that. Granted, right? But if you think like this, even the bigger guy, I get a hold of this, and he doesn't want me attached to it. I don't have to, like in this situation, me and him are about the same size. I can move him, right, without, use my muscle. So he's bigger, like, 50 pounds bigger. He goes to move this arm, right? I'm going to take it and use that to my advantage. I'm going to speed up his pulling process, right? Same thing, I've got the arm, and he doesn't like this, but he tries to push in on it. Or I step back in a way, right? I got the control of this, and he tries to come on in and the kick piece is good, right? Some dude throws a punch at you. I don't even have to really try to control it. It's more like I guide it, and I'm just going to whack him with the foot, right? Low. And really, in a street situation, kicking this guy, I don't have to do it flat. I can use even the edge and just break down onto the person. If you're doing Tai Chi for health and wellness, or that realm, right? Functional fitness. You're not interested in this. It's good to see what it may be doing, right? So whenever I work my pieces, it makes it make a little more sense, right? Instead of just moving my arms. At the same time, if you do fighting application stuff, you may feel this stuff is too simplistic or not too good, but remember, like I said, it's not the single posture, it's the combination of postures put together. For example, I do this one move, and this might not be enough. I may come in with a strike or something, right? Or I kick this out, and it just wasn't enough. And I'm coming with something else, right? Yeah. In most situations, you're going to have to do more than one engagement. So anyway, I hope it makes sense. Again, just keeping it super simple. Just trying to share the main fundamental idea. And there's 12 of these that I'm making. This is prior to putting other video out there over forums and some of the auxiliary stuff and things like that. And then we also have our own way of applying pushings, where we do strikes and trips and controls and the whole thing. And a lot of you that do other close attachment systems, like grappling or wrestling or even Wing Chun or Tai Chi, you may find it to be a fun training aid, right? So we're making a video of that after we finish these 12. So anyway, I hope you liked it, and thanks for watching.